everyone. You're welcome to the Total Education Show.
School is not just about academic subjects alone. School is also about co-curricular activities. School is engagement with fun.
Development of a child is 360, and that's why we have tagged this program Total Education Show.
Stream is here to raise kids that will identify the problems, come together as a group, and see a way to correct the error.
We normally say that we have 4 baskets of rights. So four baskets
of
rights.
At the end of 3-year training in technical colleges, students are competent enough to take any job.
Sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. Thank you. Hello friends, hello everyone at home. My name is Wumi Tolualalade, your anchor on the Total Education Show. Yes, Total Education Show. The show is put together and packaged by the Lagos State Ministry of Education for your co-curricular aspect of education. So you have a total and a valued education system even in your homes. Yes. Now, what areas will we be looking at? We're going to be looking at STEM issues. We're going to be looking at TVET, and we'll be looking at, yes, child protection issues. Everything that has to do with child protection and advocacy of your children, even as they are home. Now, do you want to give me feedback? Yes, I want to hear from you. You can send in your feedbacks to me on this WhatsApp number 081-26601-889. Yes, WhatsApp messages only on 081-26601-889. Yes, I'm waiting and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. Thank you. Welcome to today's episode of Total Education Show, and this segment will be focusing on STEAM education. And today we're looking at the role of the society, parents and other stakeholders in solving problems to do with misconceptions of the STEAM education. As well, we'll be looking at these particular misconceptions themselves. Sojime Gbowo will join us to shed more light on all misconceptions surrounding STEAM education. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Welcome to today's program. We have in the studio with me Sojime Gbowo, our STEM panelist. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, if we remember correctly, last episode we handled issues concerning skills that are available in STEAM education, and we looked at ways that all these skills can be approached, the approaches to integrating these skills in our students. Also, we looked at real-life examples of students and what they do using STEAM skills. So now, Mr. Soji, today we want to handle the area of misconceptions that people have that probably is only girls alone or boys alone that should do some aspect of STEAM. Can you please clear the air on those misconceptions?
Thank you. If we look at the misconceptions have been there for a long time, and that is why we have the shortage, the shortage of our skill gaps around STEM careers, where we have more men than the female. And this is what STEAM education is here to correct. That we should encourage our females, we should encourage our boys and girls to go into STEAM education and pick a career in STEAM at the end of the day. So if you look at it as we have it today, now we have females who are web developers, we have females, photographer females, we have females, we have young girls who are also doing stuff around the programming. So it's for as we speak now, STEAM education is not just confined to the male gender. And we see now that, okay, more people are now, they don't want to pick other jobs aside of just being a lawyer or a doctor. We have, you know, areas like programmers, areas like
Software
software
developers
that male and female can pick interest in, rather than just, you know, confined to just lawyer and doctor. I always tell my students, I said, if you're an NSP programmer, if you are fortunate to get a good job, you can pay the job of 4 doctors part together.
That's true.
4 doctors part together, you can pay their salary. So, and we also look at, they said the curriculum lack creativity. These are some of the stereotypes. Obviously, the curriculum is one of the model of education that is rich, that address problems, and that help students to be able to think outside the box. In fact, there's no box to think of. So when students are exposed to stream education, they have opportunity to even do something without the box.
Yes.
They have the ability to interact. They have the ability to think even for things that doesn't exist. Because we look at the machine learning we're talking about today, the artificial intelligence, these are new thinking that are just coming on board. And we also look at area where they say there's a teachers' talent gap. For instance, in Lagos State government has invested a lot in teachers training, especially for science teachers. So for any science teacher that is in Lagos, I can say confidently that that kind of teacher can deploy stream content in school, can deploy stream curriculum.
With the training that they had, even during this pandemic era.
There have been a lot of trainings
Microsoft
available
trainings,
in Lagos. The Lagos government have put together, the president have put together to develop the capacity of teachers. So obviously, I believe that this misconception has gone.
It's a thing of the past. Yes, thank you.
The drastic reducing that misconception.
Yes, thank you. I do agree with you perfectly. I want us to look at some areas of some clips, particularly the STEM Cafe Practical Science series, where we'll see, I think it's a woman that is even doing the practical session with them.
Wow.
So we're going to look at what she's going to do for us today. Please sit back and check this out.
Today we're going to be doing another phone science experiment. The name of our experiment is called Color Changing Walking Water Experiment. If you didn't get that, I said Color Changing Walking Water Experiment. And we're going to be exploring STEM concepts around capillary action and colors. Capillary action is the ability of a liquid to flow through tiny spaces without the assistance of external forces like gravity. And in colors, we're going to be exploring primary colors and secondary colors. What we need for this experiment are cups, tape, a marker, popsicle sticks, a ruler, paper towel, food coloring, and water. The first thing we do is get our cups, and then you label your cups from 1 to 5. So now we're going to pour water into these different cups, but we're going to pour water into the odd number cups. The cups labeled with the odd numbers, and our odd numbers 1, 3, and 5. The next thing we want to do is to put in our food coloring. So we're going to put the blue food coloring. You can get a paper towel and place by your side so you can be careful. You can use different colors of food coloring. Carefully, just a little. Carefully stir the 3. Do you know why we are using different popsicle sticks? So that we don't mix the colors together. Good. So we have water in our odd number cups, 1, 3, and 5. Remember, we are doing the color changing walking water experiment. And what we are learning from this is capillary action. When the plant is watered, the water from the soil moves through the process of capillary action. And we're going to see this water walk. So the water is going to walk from one cup to the other, from this cup to the other, from this cup to the other, from this cup to the other. So let's count how many tissue rolls we need. We need 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we need 4 of this. So you have your tissue rolls. You carefully fold them into a tiny long strap. Like this. We do the same for all of them. We're going to bend them into 2 equal parts. Like this. So you pick up one, bend into 2, and then place one leg here and one here. And watch. Can you tell me what you see? I can see that the tissue changes color to the color of the water. This is turning red, this is turning yellow, and this is turning blue. And so we're going to leave this over a period of time to see what happens. Time's up. So now, this is what we have. Remember, we left this for about 30 minutes and we can see something. Can you tell me what you can see? Remember, the name of our experiment is color changing walking water experiment, and we said the water is going to walk from the odd number cup to the even number cup, and all of them are going to walk through the tissue one way or the other into the other. Did you notice that we put the water up to half full, and now you can see it's down? They all almost are equal size because the water walked from one cup to the other. What else can you notice from this experiment? What colors did we use initially? We used blue, yellow, and red. But now we can see 2 extra colors, green and orange. Wow! That means these 2 colors mixed to form this, and these 2 colors mixed to form this. Now, blue, yellow, and red are called primary colors. They are the root of every other color. So when 2 primary colors mix, they form a secondary color. When 2 primary colors mix, they form a secondary color. Now can you tell me, yellow and red form what? Orange. And blue and yellow form what? Green. Good. And remember, the water walked from one cup to the other by what? Capillary action. What example of things in your environment follows the same principle of the color changing walking water experiment? Keep exploring. See you next week. Bye. You can follow us on our social media platforms for more engaging content, projects, and experiments.
Welcome back. I'm sure you enjoyed that clip. You can see that STEAM education is not meant for only one sex. Whether you are a male or female, you can as well find something to do around STEAM. Of course, we have some misconceptions, as Soji has outlined earlier, but we can see that those as well, they are nothing to think about. They are things of the past. So now we want to go on to the role the society, particularly the stakeholders, when we talk of education, the society, parents, the government, and then teachers themselves, and even our students. What are their roles in solving problems of misconception about STEAM education?
Okay, thank you very much. I think the first part goes to the parent. Parents, there should be a lot of advocacy and enlightenment to the parents so that parents can have a kind of a mind shift. Because parents are the first point of call of any child. The child will want to hear what my parent want me to become.
Yeah, what does my mommy want me to become?
If the parent is not well schooled, is not well educated, there's a possibility of misleading that child. So we should encourage relevant advocacy, enlightenment on this part of the parents and even the society.
Yes, at large.
We should, currently, the government of Lagos State is doing a lot regarding that. Putting different kind of activities to ensure that the parents are well enlightened. Students they also have opportunity to talk to counselors in school, so that counselor can also guide them
when choosing career.
And if we look at the misconception that come with that, the STEAM curriculum does not encourage creativity.
That's a whole lie.
The whole things about a STEAM curriculum, it is creativity.
Because when you think of arts, for instance, the child is able to think, imagine, and create something
Yeah.
from their own thinking.
Exactly. So the government should also do more to pass strong signals to communities, especially the
Less
the
privileged.
less privileged, the hard to reach communities, so that we can encourage more students to pick up careers around STEAM.
So we're talking about the enlightenment of the parents so that they know what STREAM is all about and the benefits their children will get from taking part in STREAM activities. For instance, I think we should encourage participation in JET
activities
club,
in school.
particularly.
Yeah, in STEM club in school. In fact, in science club in school.
Art and crafts.
Art and craft in
Even
school.
the reading.
The reading culture.
There should be a reading club.
In Lagos State now, we are, in all the schools, there's reading club there. So students, we should encourage our students, and parents, I want to also appeal to parents here.
They play
Parents
their
should
own.
kindly, buy storybook for their kids,
Even cheap ones, you have
It's
some that are
challenging
not
when
that
you get to a
expensive.
class and the cost of storybook is 100 naira, 150,
You
200
can-
naira
yes,
maximum.
you can find the
and
one
you find
that
it
cheap.
hard to see some students who don't even have the storybook. And you ask, they say my penny get. Personally, in my school, I've donated more than 50 copies of storybook for my students in my class. If we have some teachers who have already done that, we have
That's
some
nice.
schools who have done that on their own. So if teachers are doing this, going out of their way to get
to
things
meet
right,
that need.
parents should also do it a bit,
it, yes.
so that together we can make a change. We can bring a
Yes,
change.
definitely. That's wonderful. Now, knowing that the STEM curriculum is fully packed with creative activities that can encourage young ones to use their mind to develop and explore beyond the limits of their imagination. So we should encourage students, encourage young ones to take part in STEAM activities. Allow your baby, your child to read. Allow just your child to take part in robotics activities
yeah.
or competitions.
Competitions.
There are so many other ways that they can be a part of this. And please encourage them to even read the newspaper. If it's online or anyhow, you can allow them to go through it and you'll see the differences in their spoken English, in their communication, and in every way. Well, from this, we'll go and check out the art and crafts video and we'll see what Ebenezer Obatola has for us today.
Welcome. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to make different types of petal flowers that you can use to decorate the bag we make the other time. So we make this bag, our previous class, and then today we are going to be learning how to decorate them with the use of these petal. I know you like to make these. I have a lot of them to teach you for today's class. So the step-by-step guide starts now. You need a copy paper, and you need your marker or your biro, and also you need your scissors to make this. And in case you want to now make them colorful like mine, you can now get your colorful papers. You can get your colorful paper around you. So how do we go about this? We are going to fold this paper into two. One, I fold. After folding into two, the next thing I'm going to do is to divide again into two. So this simply means that this paper is now divided into 4 equal parts. When I open, this is what I'm going to see there. So it's divided into 4 equal parts. Now, where is the middle of this paper? This is the middle of this paper. So I hold the middle and I'm holding the middle right here. So when I get the middle of the paper, it is from here. Our cutting is going to start exactly from where I'm holding. So I'm holding the middle of the paper. I am going to start my cutting from here. I will end it here. Then how do I go about it? I'll draw a line. 1. I'll draw another line. 2. Then I'll bring the two of them together. Let me draw it so that you can see one line and the other one. Then I'll now bring them together in form of curve. I'll bring them together in form of curve. So how do you go about this? Very simple. We are now going to take our scissors. Remember the pattern, the folded, the written part is facing you. So I take my scissors, I cut one. I go to the second side, I cut the other side also straight. 2. Then I will now bring them together in form of curve. Curve. So by the time I do that, it's going to look like a cone. So this is how it's going to look, just like a cone or a drop of water. So by the time I open, I'm going to have a 4-petal flower. So there's something that is making this to look not really real to you. What is a circle? So when I get my circle, how do you cut circle? To cut a circle, just take your scissors, open your scissors, press it down, and be rolling your paper with your other hand. With this, you have your circle. Just take your gum, add your gum at the back, and you take your petal flower, and this is my own 4-petal flower. So I'd like you to give it a try to produce this 4-petal flower. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to move to what I call the 8-petal flower. That means we want to plus the 4 into 2. So I go again, I fold 1, you fold 2, then I'm holding the middle, remember. So I fold again into 2, then I take my scissors, I cut little from left, little from right, then I bring the two of them together. When I bring the two of them together, this is what I'm going to have, and I open again, 1, 2, and I have my perfect 8-petal flower. So I'd like you to give it a try. This is lovely. So how do you make use of it on your bag? If I have this now, I can now fold. Remember, this is a card and I was using paper, so you can graduate from here to using a card. I can fold up 1, up 2, up 3, the other one up, to make it looks like 3D. Then I can add my gum at the back. So what next now is my my circle. So when I get my circle, I have my circle, I drop my circle inside, and I have my petal on my bag, my lovely bag, and I know that you are ready to make yours. So I can also give it a little flower below it. A little flower can be there. Let me use the word leaf. A little leaf can be there. This is the last activity. How do you cut a leaf? I fold into 2 in form of a portrait. Then I give it the a tiny part around there to form the stalk. So after forming the stalk, I move up, and then with this, the next thing I'm going to do is to just give it some cuts. So with this now, I have actually cut my petal, my leaf. Yes, I'm actually mixing them together. So we have the leaf now. I apply my glue where I want to. Then with this, remember to measure before you start. I think I did not measure this, but this is still looking nice. So I'd like you to produce your own bag. And remember, we can use craft like this. This is just like a craft bag. And remember, you can also use your fabric to also make your own. Bye.
Thank you for being a part of today's episode. We have concluded the episode for today, and we cannot conclude without saying thank you to all those that made this happen. We'll begin by saying thank you to the Governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu. We also want to thank the Honorable Commissioner, Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo, for her support, for being a good role model. As well, we would want to say thank you to the Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Education, the Tutor General Permanent Secretaries of all the Education District 1 to 6. We appreciate you, Mas and Sirs. Right now, we're rounding off this note, and if you have any questions, if you have any contribution, if you want us to give you anything or answer any questions for you, send it to the number on your screen, and we'll look forward to hearing from you pretty soon. I remain your anchor, Wunmi Tolu Alalade. See you next time on the Total Education Show. Bye.